Our coverage of Computex 2026 is brought to you by Acer and Enfocal. This is the last time you'll be hearing that this year. So we showed you guys Bolt Graphics and the Zeus graphics card back at CES. We liked it so much that we gave them our Best of CES award. Ian Cutter's actually messaged me recently saying that it's actually in your office. He saw it in your office.
It is.
Yeah.
I proudly put it behind my desk. Yes.
So one of the things that a lot of our audience were really excited about is the fact how it's a pretty versatile card, even though it's a very new player in the game. As you say here in marketing, it's for HPC, rendering, gaming, especially for our audience. There's the last couple of things on the gaming content creation side, that's kind of the most important. So in your own words, can you describe why they should pay attention to you, why they should kind of trust this new player and kind of follow what you could be offering for them in that space?
Yeah, absolutely. I will say there are 3 GPU vendors in the market today. All of them are moving a little bit away from content creation HPC. Our goal is to fill that gap as much as possible. So if you already have a GPU, you're focusing on those workloads. If you're thinking about buying a new GPU, we want to be in consideration, and we'll be in the market at the end of next year.
And one of the main things that a lot of people are commenting is, this sounds amazing, but I'll save my hype until I see some performance numbers. So when can we actually see those performance numbers, and exactly how impressive do you think they are? So obviously there's a lot still changing, and those performance numbers can change. So when can we expect some more concrete ones, and exactly how impressive do you think they're going to be in the end?
Yeah, great question. So, we've been showing benchmarks for a couple of years now. We just taped out a 12 nanometer test chip with TSMC. When we get that chip back, we'll be showing more benchmarks. But look, the most important thing is, we do these benchmarks for specific customer workloads. We show the rendering performance. The numbers, we continue to improve the GPU to get better numbers over time. But I'm super excited because the performance that we're able to achieve it's not 5% better, 10% better. We're looking for orders of magnitude better performance.
One of the things also kind of determines performance is the kind of support from the people on the software side of things to make sure that the software is actually optimized. So how are you in terms of the relations there?
We're doing a really good job, I think. We do some of the software porting and benchmarking internally. We also have customers working with us and partners working with us. But I will say the ecosystem in RISC-V is pretty robust now. It's growing really rapidly, and we can leverage the ecosystem a little bit more than some of the other competitors out there. But I'm really happy because, as a startup, yes, it's very hard. It's a heavy lift to support a lot of applications, but we make a lot of progress, and we're working with customers really closely on that.
Another thing is that it's also an extremely, like I said, versatile card. There's a lot going on. I mean, it's essentially just like a RISC computer on a card, networking, everything. Have you thought of also scaling it either up or down depending on the customer's needs in the future? I mean, you showed us how you can have a server variant as well, but also, scaling it even more, or kind of making a smaller, compact one, throwing out some features that maybe not everyone needs. Have you thought about that once you get started and get the first few out?
Yeah, look, we get a lot of demand from a lot of markets that we're a small startup, like I said, so we have to be a little focused on what we're doing. But eventually, yes, we'll cover other form factors as well, like you said, scaling up beyond rack scale into data centers, but also into more embedded mobile form factors. Definitely, we get asked about that a lot. I wish we were big enough to do all that stuff right now, but eventually we will be able to.
Now, one thing that's very interesting, one thing, we spoke about the tagline here. One thing that's very much missing from there is AI. And one thing we spoke about is that you're not really promoting the AI acceleration side of things either, and how there's kind of a bit of a gap in the market there because of how much the other vendors are going into AI now. So you're kind of going straight into that kind of growing demand for GPUs that aren't really just about AI acceleration.
We have so many customers in rendering, in HPC, and in gaming that we don't need to try to address a highly competitive market. This is kind of our approach. The competitors are focusing on other areas. We can focus on the areas that they used to be really good at, that they're kind of leaving right now. So yeah, no, we have a lot of customers. I'm very happy because even if we were to try to target other markets, we have so many customers in these segments. I'm pretty happy with where we are.
So then, when can people actually expect to see the first reviews from media outlets? When can they actually see these things in stores or buy themselves? And basically, what's the roadmap looking like right now?
So right now we're in development. Towards the end of this year, we'll be giving access to the Zeus GPU and emulation. at the end of next year will be in mass production. So around Q4 2027 is when you can expect media to have access to the silicon to do benchmarks and reviews and things like that. But we're super excited because we're kind of giving early access to a lot of the customers and partners. We've been getting feedback from those customers as well, what they like about the GPU, what they don't like. What's really nice is all the feedback has been generally really positive, and they love what we're doing, and the customers can't wait to get access to the GPUs. It's really, can you develop this thing faster? Can you get in the market as quickly as possible? That's why we're all cylinders firing just to make sure we get there as quickly as possible.
So I hope we're also going to be able to review it once it's actually available.
Like I said in CES, absolutely, you'll be there. Yes.
Awesome. What should be the very first thing I try on it?
Oh, that's up to you. I mean, I know we talked about Blender before.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to run Blender on this and try to render a scene, I think you'll be very happy with the performance you get, especially side by side with an Nvidia GPU.
Okay, well, guys, definitely look forward to when Zeus is coming out. It's going to be very exciting. We're hopefully going to be doing a lot more coverage of it, reviews, benchmarks, just doing all sorts of weird stuff, trying to not break, but really pushing it to its limits, I'd say.
Well, please try to break it. Yeah, that's the kind of feedback we want to see. Absolutely.
Okay, then we will try and break it. And
absolutely.
We'll see what comes out of it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Jason Rage, Alan Froniak, Balash Rokan, Ala Pseudonym, Meg Sonderstein, Orcraft, and Mason Magruder.